Hello everybody, it's Megalithic here, otherwise known as Puglo Escobar, and in today's video we're going to take a look at the Lampadati Komoda, retailing for a price, as you have just seen, ladies and gentlemen, of $1,275,000, and it's a four-door sports car, don't you know? Okay, well, let's take it out, ladies and gentlemen. We'll take it out on the street and see how she handles. Okay then, right, so first up, acceleration up the hill, hard to say, ladies and gentlemen. Didn't feel that good. Okay, now we're gonna check out the handling down through these hills, and okay, not too bad, ladies and gentlemen. Managing to hold it, a little bit twitchy, ladies and gentlemen, but not too bad, you know. And sodding hell, hit the back of a bloody car, didn't I? Okay, well, never mind. Okay, well, we'll check that top speed coming down this hill, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let's have a look, and yes, not too bad, ladies and gentlemen, not too bad. Did make it all the way to the bottom there, so very good, ladies and gentlemen, you know. Okay, so we'll have a look at the top right. Okay, unfortunately, yes, the acceleration cut out there, but we'll check out the stability, and yes, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, shockingly awful, not too good, no, terribly sorry about that. I also think, well, I didn't make the car, what can I say? I shouldn't apologize for it, really, should I? Okay then, so top end speed, what do we think? Well, it doesn't be shifting now, ladies and gentlemen. Let's be perfectly honest about these sort of things, you know. It is moving along there, and we're managed to get around that bottom right hand corner in a perfectly reasonable form, ladies and gentlemen. Perfectly reasonable, you know. Okay, and that pretty much is the end of the standard lap, ladies and gentlemen. We brought it back onto the Maze Bank offices, as doubtlessly you can see, and we're gonna take it on inside, and we're gonna go ahead and perform the necessary modifications to this vehicle, ladies and gentlemen. And as always, we will be going through this section of the video at double speed, you know, just in order to hurry things along somewhat, but still to give you an idea of the different modifications that can be affected to this vehicle should you choose to go ahead and purchase it. But yes, either way, and also, listen, I should point out, this is the standard review, you know, this is not the full review, and consequently, we will not be focusing on the so much on the performance modifications, ladies and gentlemen. We will be more focusing on the aesthetic stylings there. So, what do we think of the Lampadati Komoda straight out of the box, ladies and gentlemen? Well, unmodified, its acceleration did not seem that good, you know. The top end speed did seem to be shifting. The stability was absolutely shocking, ladies and gentlemen. The handling was a little bit iffy, but not too bad. You saw it come down the Pine Root Hills there, and it got around some of the corners. So, yes, it's not too bad. A little bit twitchy, you know, and unstable, but generally speaking, the handling is quite firm to some degree, you know. It's interesting handling either way. Okay, well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have finally modified the vehicle, and we're going to take it back out into the street and perform the standard lap. Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Lampadati Komoda. It has been fully modified across the board, as you have seen. Now we're going to take it on a standard lap and see how she handles. Okay, getting around sodding hell, right? Okay, and how about that? Wrapped it around a lamppost, you know. Don't often do that sort of thing nowadays, but, yes, okay, we got to keep that in the video because I'm rather short on time, don't you know? Rather embarrassing that, but never mind. This is, I should point out, ladies and gentlemen, effectively, this, you know, I picked up this vehicle, drove it down from Hillcrest, and then this is the first time I've really driven it since modified, you know, but it is the first time. Okay, so what do we think getting around that bottom right hand corner? Not too bad there, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a look at this acceleration, and okay, you know, it is accelerating, but not really with any degree of rapidity, you know. Top end speed, ladies and gentlemen, it does seem to be shifting now, doesn't it? It's flying out there. Okay, really rather impressive, actually. Right, okay, we're going to put it around this bottom left hand corner, the tight one there, and again, it gets around it perfectly fine, you know. Sort of loses traction but regains it, like I say, quite firm steering, ladies and gentlemen. It's very but quite twitchy, you know. It's very interesting. You can sort of get it around sharper corners and good thing. Okay, well, we're going to take it on up to a top speed test track, ladies and gentlemen, and bear in mind this is a four-door sports car, not a supercar, so with a competitive time we consider to be about 54 seconds, and we're going to see what we get here. Okay, 55.223, ladies and gentlemen, so on the outside edge of competitive. Okay, so here we are now, ladies and gentlemen. The next thing, we're going to take it on up to Sandy Shores, you know. We're going to put it up against a few cars, and we're going to put it up against quite a number of cars in this particular video, ladies and gentlemen, just to give you an idea of the standing of the Komoda. Okay, so this is the Elegy, ladies and gentlemen. This is the free version, you know, the free Elegy that you can buy if you can acquire for free if you join the Rockstar Social Club. It's a very fine car, ladies and gentlemen. I would highly recommend that you go and purchase it. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, yes, the Komoda is sort of struggling, and yes, it actually does. Yes, it actually gets in front of it. Okay, so like I say, very fine car, the Elegy, ladies and gentlemen, and the Komoda can beat it. Okay, so how about the LG Retro Custom, ladies and gentlemen? Like I said, the LG is free. This is the Retro Custom. It costs $900,000, ladies and gentlemen. So starting $900,000 effectively up against the Komoda at what was it, $1,275,000, something like that, I do believe. And we get into the lead first, ladies and gentlemen. And as you can see, Mr. Raccoon was catching me along the initial straight, the front straight there, ladies and gentlemen. I've got around the corner before him and along the back straight. Yes, that's where the Komoda is going to do what it does, ladies and gentlemen. It's got the better top speed, and so it's going to eventually reach it, and then it's going to come past. And that's exactly what it's done. Okay, so next up, ladies and gentlemen, we're bringing out the Ocelot, the Ocelot Jugular, ladies and gentlemen. This really is a very fine car, This is another four-door vehicle, don't you know? And it's broadly in the same sort of price bracket, It's a sort of, I'm not entirely certain, sort of $1,225,000, I do believe, for this particular vehicle. And it really is very fine. It's got a iffy handling, ladies and gentlemen. Good handling, but way with back end, ladies and gentlemen. Extremely fast acceleration and top end speed. And as you can see there, ladies and gentlemen, yes, it's absolutely demolished the Komoda, hasn't it? There's no two ways about it. Okay, so next up, ladies and gentlemen, is the Karen Sultan Classic, retailing for a price of $1,288,000. In fact, $1,288,500. I should point out. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is the car that's on the podium this week, as it actually happens, and it's I wouldn't really rate it. I've got this set up as a drift car. It has to be pointed out. Mr. Raccoon is driving it. He's driving all the other vehicles. His name's the Raccoon. His name's not the Raccoon. He is a Raccoon, and his name's the Bromby. He has a channel of his own, and the Karen Sultan loses to the Komoda. So we're bringing out the Albany VSTR, ladies and gentlemen. Now this is also another four-door car, and it's a very, very fine car. I would have sold it. I bought it just to do a video on it. $1,285,000 for this, ladies and gentlemen. Up against the Komoda there, as I was saying, driven by Mr. Raccoon. His name's the Bromby. He has a channel of his own. It is called the Bromby. If you type that into YouTube, you should be able to go and find it. When you go and do that, it's got some rather good videos on there. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, the VSTR and the Komoda are sort of neck and neck down there, aren't they, really? And the sort of VSTR just pulling into the leader. But I'm sure you'll agree, ladies and gentlemen, that really was very close. Okay, so we see how it stacks up against other sort of four-door sports cars there, ladies and gentlemen, and now we're going to see how it stacks up against a real car. This is the Pegassi Zentorno, what Mr. Raccoon likes to refer to as Big Daddy Z, and I can't say I blame him one little bit, $725,000 for this supercar, and it really is absolutely phenomenal for the money. As far as we're concerned, one of the best cars on GTA Online, hands down, no questions asked, that sort of thing. Okay, well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta be said, ladies and gentlemen, gotta be said, keeping up with it fairly well, considering it's a four. In fact, keeping up with it very well, considering it's a sports car and a four-door one at that, ladies and gentlemen, sort of competing with the Pegassi Zentorno there. Okay, and so there is only one last question, ladies and gentlemen. That question is the Grotti GTO, and the answer is going to be yes, of course, the Grotti GTO can beat the Komoda. Okay, so there we go, ladies and gentlemen. $2 million, I should point out. A sports car. It is a sports car, ladies and gentlemen. The Grotti GTO, and if you haven't got one, we highly recommend it. It really is a very fine car, very fast, awful handling, very fun. Okay, so there we go, ladies and gentlemen. What do we think of the Lampadati Komoda? Is it worth it? Well, you know what, it probably is. It probably is. I'd recommend the Jugular, to be quite frank with you. But it's certainly, and the VSTR is quite good. But I think I'd rather drive this than the VSTR, to be perfectly honest with you. But they are very good cars, and yeah, I'd say it's in the same ilk of as those cars, ladies and gentlemen, the same sort of price. So is it worth the money? If you think the Jugular is, and you think the VSTR is, ladies and gentlemen, then yes, this is as well. Like I say, I don't know what the bloody hell is that? Well, Jesus Christ, he's throwing a flare at me. A flare? My God, that's not going to kill me, sodding Raccoon. Right, it was a bloody airstrike, wasn't it? Well, I do hope you've enjoyed this video, and as always, thank you very much for watching.